Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvalda Grim here with part 2 of 5 beginner mistakes you should avoid. If you haven't watched part 1, I will link it in the description and I really recommend you watch it. This video will be part the ideas that I had left over after making part 1 and part the ideas that you guys have suggested into the comments, and thank you very much for the suggestions that you had. Keep in mind that this video is my personal opinion on the mistakes that I did when I started the game. I am doing this series because I have made a secondary account recently and things are going way better than on my main account, and the only difference being that right now I know how to play the game and I realize what mistakes I made in the past. So by doing this series I hope to be of help to new players that are starting the game and don't really know what to do. If you find this helpful, you might want to check the rest of my channel, and if you like the content on it, please go ahead and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first mistake that we are going to look at today is buying credits with gems. As you can see here, those are your credits in Injustice 2, and if you click on them you can see that you can buy them with gems. You can see that you can get 8,000 credits for 50 gems. Well, those numbers are not good for you and there's a much more optimal way. If you are in dire need of credits, you will need to go to the heroic campaign and to the normal difficulty, because this is the most optimal way to get credits. And as you can see over here, let's skip the fight 2 times. We got 4,000 over here and 4,000 yet again. By using only 18 energy, we actually got more than if we spent 50 gems. And do you know what actually costs also 50 gems? Well, it also costs you only 50 gems to refresh your energy. So you can refresh your energy for just 50 gems and do this over and over again. And keep in mind, only by doing this 2 times, you are going to get more credits than if you were to spend 50 gems on credits. So never buy credits with gems and always go for campaign energy refresh if you are going to need credits. The next mistake is one that I have done myself, and it's a thing that actually some players recommend and I strongly disagree with. Some people might say that you should upgrade only one character at once and not upgrade more characters at the same time. And I strongly disagree with this, because first of all, this is something that will help you much more in raids than in the arena. And since the introduction of King of Atlantis Aquaman, you don't really need a well-built character in order to deal damage in raids as a beginner. And because of that, you will have a much bigger advantage having more strong teams to use in the arena. And it is not optimal to upgrade one character at the same time, because the more you're going to upgrade the gears of one character, the more expensive they will get. So you will get less efficiency for more resources spent. And that is why I'm gradually upgrading a lot of my characters. But don't get me wrong, you do not need to upgrade all collections, you still need to prioritize your damage dealers, but you should have at least 5 strong teams to play in the arena. I have upgraded on a lot of characters my gears all the way to level 20 because I'm constantly using them in the arena, and because of this I am able to get at least elite for every single season, and that is extremely important as a new player because elite 4 is going to give you a 4-star gold hero, and that is going to help a lot. So no matter how much you like a character, make sure that you are going to have for arena at least 4 to 5 strong teams, and upgrade your teams gradually. First of all, of course, upgrade your damage dealer, but you can go like 10 levels on each gear of the damage dealer, then 10 levels on the rest of the team. You can have favorites, but don't favor them too much. Upgrade at least 4 to 5 teams at the same time for the best performance you can have. Another very big mistake that you can do is upgrading your gears all the way to level 70. And I have done this in like 3 characters so far. I have upgraded King of Atlantis Aquaman, Atlantean Armor Aquaman, and as well Darkseid. And yeah, don't mind my trade level on King of Atlantis Aquaman, because I don't have the necessary reforges to fix his gear bonuses. And why you shouldn't do this? Well, because as I said, the higher you upgrade the gear, the more materials it requires. And the amount that is required from level 60 to level 70 is going to be huge. So huge that with the same amount of energy, of materials that you are going to spend in order to get the characters from level 60 to 70, you could get one character from level 0 to 40 and another character from level 0 to 20. And by doing that, you will get your account much better, you will increase your threat much faster, and you will have a much better performance in Arena and Champions Arena. So take it from a guy that first of all upgraded 3 characters at level 70. Don't do this on my secondary account. I don't think I will ever in my life do this with any character going all the way to level 70. And you also don't get the visual benefits from it, because at level 60 you unlock on the characters that have it available the upgraded armor and the upgraded artwork. So in my opinion, level 60 is everything you need in this game on a character, and is more than enough. If you have all the characters that you want to ever build at level 60, then you can go ahead and go to level 70. Another very big mistake that you can do is not investing in your operations, because you're going to be like, well, they cost gems and I'm going to spend those gems elsewhere. Yes, if you are on the very short run and you're going to quit Injustice 2 Mobile in 1 month, you definitely shouldn't invest into operations. But if you are in for the long run, it takes on average 2 to 3 months for you to get your gems back. And why? Because by upgrading the operations, you increase the chance that you receive an amount of gems that after an operation is completed. And don't get me wrong, that amount is not big. It's like 10 to 20 to 30, but you have a chance to get this every single time an operation is finished, and they add up. And if you're lazy as I am and you only do the maximum amount of time operations, you will still make your gems back in 2 to 3 months, and from then on it will only be profit. And the more you play the game, the more you are going to be grateful that you have invested in this. And I recommend to all the new players, after you've unlocked a few hero chests and you got like 1-2 good gold characters, go for Elite Foreign Arena and get your characters from there, and invest all your gems into operations until you get them to level 20. And the last point is a point that was also said by other YouTubers, but I'm going to say it myself, because if this way I save one person from wasting their gems, then I am a happy man and my work is worth it. When you're going into the chest section, the most appealing chest to you might be the hero chests. But you need to keep in mind a few things. First of all, they got a very high price. Secondly, some of them don't have even a guaranteed chance to unlock the hero. You've got a very small chance to unlock the hero. Keep in mind, legendary heroes unlock at 200 shards. So you've got 0.5% to unlock a legendary hero. And some legendary heroes are not even that good, and most definitely are not worth the chances and the amount of credits that you need, of gems you need to spend for those chests. So as a new player, even though legendary characters are good, they are not as great as they are priced. And because of that, unless you are extremely lucky, and I don't suggest gambling in this game, because this is a gamble basically, and your odds are stacked against you. So most definitely don't go for the legendary chests. The only let's say good moment to go for the legendary chests is when you are fulfilled with your roster. You are like, I have all the heroes I need and now I just need to get those legendaries. That's the only moment when you can do that. But as a beginner, you are most likely not going to be to that point soon. So you can use your gems into other places, like upgrading your operations, refreshing your energy, and sometimes you can buy premium hero chests. Those 2 premium hero chests are not good. But if you want to know what chests are worth to buy, you should go ahead and subscribe, because I have a series called Injustice 2 Mobile News with Sigval the Grim, where I talk about all the chests that are up every few days, and I tell you if they are worth it or not. So don't forget to subscribe for that, and I am going to tell you the best way to spend your gems, but definitely not on legendary chests. This was everything for this part. If you have any suggestion, don't forget to leave them down in the comments. as I'm running out of ideas, and if I find things that you guys have to suggest and they are worth for the new players, I will make a part 3, but I need to gather at least 5 ideas. I still have 2 of my own to include, so go ahead and try to name something that you think it's important that I forgot to mention in part 1 and part 2. Also, if you have any questions, please comment down below. If I don't answer your comment, it's because I didn't receive a notification, because I'm starting to get so many comments, YouTube is not notifying me to all of them. But nevertheless, leave the comments because I will check them personally, and in the future if you have a comment, just leave it at the most recent video, because that's what I am always going to check. So with all that being said, if you like what you have seen, subscribe for more, and don't forget to check part 1 if you haven't, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.